This is an emergency. People are already suffering and dying from the consequences of the climate and environmental emergency.
Vast numbers of climate change activists showed up on College Green to support Greta Thunberg, the 17-year-old Swedish activist who shot to fame a little under 2 years ago by striking outside the Swedish Parliament, beginning a movement against climate change that has inspired millions.
We will not be silenced, because we are the change, and change is coming whether you like it or not.
I think she's so brave. I kind of feel a bit worried for her because she's so young, but I think she's amazing. She's the start of the revolution for our generation. I feel like she is the kind of driving force of all of this.
Well, we're all climate scientists, kind of, so we've seen the numbers, we've seen the graphs, we understand it probably a bit more than sort of average Joe. It's really scary, some of the stuff that we're reading and we're dealing with, and I feel like we all have a responsibility to try and act to change that, because we really care about everybody, those vulnerable people that are going to be affected by the climate crisis.
Climate change has got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho! Climate change has got to go!
So Harry, you've got a sign there saying "Hear my voice." Tell me, what does that sign mean for you?
Well, Greta made children's voices be heard, and and I want people to hear every children's voice. So, because children sometimes have brilliant ideas.
Well, I will not stand aside and watch. I will not be silent while the world is on fire. Will you?
Climate change has got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho! Climate change has got to go!
I urge people to do their own research on what's really going on, rather than listening. This girl, she's not she's not a scientist. She's not an astrophysicist. We've got Piers Corbyn. We've got over 30,000 scientists across the world saying there's no global warming alarm, and that the natural cycles are the key to the what's happening with the climate. It's nothing to do with man-made CO2, man-made climate change. It's a hoax. We're being fooled.
Climate change has got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho! Climate change has got to go!
And what do you think the result could be if we don't act now? What do you think the worst case scenario is for our climate?
Well, more of what we're seeing, we've had so many floods across the country across the past week. Australia's been having disaster after disaster. More disasters are going to be affecting those people that do not have, that are so vulnerable, like in those third world countries that aren't really causing the problem. They're going to be the victims of our actions if we don't stop.
Save the planet! Greenhouse gas in my house! Greenhouse gas in my house!
I think it's really good because it's one person just doing that, and then it's what she's come to now, performing in front of like 25,000 people. How many of you ever are here? So yeah.
So Danny, I was just standing here watching everyone set up, and you came and stood next to me, and I told you about how I was listening to the radio on the way here this morning, and I heard about someone called Danny that slept outside last night from Swindon. Yeah. Lo and behold, you are Danny from Swindon. What a coincidence.
Swindon, yes. How are you doing? Yeah.
Very good, thanks. So what inspired you to come to Bristol and to sleep outside last night in anticipation of Greta's visit?
Well, I love everything that Greta does. I do, and I believe in everything that she's doing right now, you know, and I'm part of the XR in Swindon as well. So a bus ride from Swindon to Bristol, well, if I would have got there today, then I would have missed it today, you know, so I had to get there, I had to do it yesterday, which nobody put me up for the night, you know, so that meant me sleeping overnight, you know, but I didn't care about that, you know, I mean, it's well worth it, you know, because she's a superstar. It's great, yeah.
So you travelled to Swindon with a sleeping bag and a pillow and everything you needed to sleep outside just to make sure you could get here early enough for the Greta visit?
Actually, I didn't have a pillow, just a sleeping bag, but yeah, so yeah, my head's hurting a little bit, you know, but
where did you sleep?
I slept just over there, yeah, pretty much by here, yeah.
I've done for a year to not eat beef and lamb, not fly anywhere, and not buy any new clothes. And if everybody did that, that would really help the climate.
We have to be patient and remember that the changes required will not happen overnight, since the politics and the solutions needed are still far from sight. But if enough people are pushing for change, then change will come. And we are those people. And every single person counts.